one of my teachers contacted me and said, "Hey Frank, there's an animation studio looking for an artist to do storyboards and some concept art. You think you can do that?" And I said, "Yeah." So I went over there, and the animation studio was in Brighton, Mass, and it was called Olive Jar Animation. Olive
All right,
Jar.
Frankie. Before
Yep.
you tell that story,
All right.
that's my first question. Now, the biggest news out of San Diego Comic-Con was that
Yep.
Robert Downey Jr. would be playing Doctor Doom in the MCU,
Yep.
which reminds me of the artwork that you ended up working on the Doctor Doom Freefall and the Incredible Hulk coaster at Universal Studios.
Oh yes.
First,
Yeah. Yeah.
First, what are
Okay.
your RDJ thoughts, and what can you recall about that fun nerd culture project?
Oh man. Oh, that's perfect. Then that lands it. First off, I love it. I'm one of those rare people where I've had the chance to work behind the scenes. So when I go to movies, when I watch the movie, I'm actually looking at the whole aspect of it, of the people. I'm happy to see. I love the credits, and I love seeing all the people, all these creative people that have worked on something, and that they've done something that, whatever the case, you know, that makes me happy. That the fact that all these creative people are working on it. With that said, I thought when they announced that, I thought it was brilliant. I was like, oh, okay. I said, cool, because I think that sometimes you got to think in the minds of studios. You got to think on their mind where they're like, well, studios are in it to make money. This is that business side, the business side of it. We know that Robert Downey Jr., regardless of what, is a phenomenal actor. You know that he can do it. I mean, I don't know if anybody watched Oppenheimer, but and he's just a tremendous. He's a tremendous talent. So the thing is that when I sat there thinking about it, I said, well, yeah, it kind of it's like you think about Doctor Doom. You think about the fact of his suit being made. You don't have to explain too much. I think he can pull that off. So I can see those other sides of it and go, yeah, they could work this. I started finding out that I guess there was alternate stories where he became somewhat of a Doctor Doom anyway. So I was like, okay, I guess that they'll find a way to make it work. So yeah, so I'm good with that. On the other side of it, Olive Jar Animation was the animation studio that worked on the Doctor Doom, and the Hulk rides. And I remember I had to sign the NDA. I remember drawing a ton of designs, like I had Zeppelin. I remember drawing Hulk, a lot of Hulk stuff, a lot of Doctor Doom. It was just what I love the most about working in an animation studio, even into advertising as well, is the sense of working in the element of a studio, working with so many creative people. I can look over and see other artists who don't draw as I draw, and I learn. And we're all bouncing off different things. And we have the director there, and the director sort of comes in and he suggests certain things or whatever. And that was so magical to me. So when that project came in, oh my God, everyone lost their mind. It was so much fun. I mean, I drew so many different versions. I mean, they pushed me to draw the craziest things. I remember he would draw a squiggly line and say, yeah, make the Hulk out of a squiggly line. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff that is that you kind of need. Because for me at the time, I was still struggling with the fact of overthinking, sort of overthinking the art. And he was like, yeah, Frankie said, sometimes you got to loosen that up. Sometimes you don't have to go so hard into it. Just kind of just let the flow, the art flow. You gotta kind of just be natural about it. So get out of your comfort zone. If I draw a squiggly line, make something out of a squiggly line. Can you make the Hulk or make Captain America out of a bunch of squiggly lines that I draw on a page? That stuff helped me. It helped expand my kind of viewpoint on drawing. And so that was a great